right, you guys are going to start building an atom model. And you're going to use the information from the periodic table that you worked on yesterday. Your teacher is either going to let you pick or it's going to be random. You're going to be either given or you're going to choose an element from the periodic table and you're going to create a model. Now, before we do that, I do need to explain something called a Bohr model. And I want you to add this to your notes. You can put it on the back if you want, okay? Bohr model. This is what you're going to be doing. This is the type of model you're going to make. It's a model that we write out the atom structure in a certain way for all the atoms. So one of the first things that you need to draw in your Bohr model is how many energy levels. And if you remember, these periods tell you how many energy levels your model should have. Okay? So for example, let's say I choose sodium, this one right here. Because it's in row 3, I'm going to have 3 energy levels. Okay, I'm doing this one right here. I'm doing sodium. Now, remember how we could tell how many electrons there are? This is the outer part of the atom. And if you remember from our notes, the outer part of the atom is where the electrons are. We find out how many electrons we have based on this top number in the box, called the atomic number. So because I'm doing sodium, my top number is 11. So I'm going to have 11 electrons. That number also tells me how many protons I have, and I'll use that later. And we need to figure out how many neutrons, and we'll do that math here in a minute. But there are a couple of rules that I want to tell you about how to draw the electrons on the energy levels. We always start with the inside energy level, and the inside can only hold 2 electrons, but I need 11. It can only hold 2, that's it. It's a small energy level, so it can only hold 2. So that means I have to go to the next energy level and add more. But this next energy level and this next energy level, they can only hold 8. Okay, so let's see, I have 2 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's holding 8. That's as much as it can hold. But I need 11, and I only have 10. So that means I need to go to the next energy level and put my last electron out there. So the Bohr model that I'm going to make here in a little bit with my supplies, this is how I would draw my energy levels, and this is how I would put my electrons on each energy level. Remember, this inside level can only take 2. Okay, and then all the rest of them can only hold 8. But you have to fill them up first before you go to the next level. Now, this tells me this atomic number up here tells me I have 11 protons. So I have 11 electrons, 11 protons, but how many neutrons? So remember how we figure that out. We have to take the top number and the bottom number and find out the difference. So I have an atomic number of 11, and my mass, we need to round it. So that's 22.9. So I'm going to round that to 23. And we need to find the difference. What's the difference between these two numbers? Okay, so 23 minus 11 is 12. So that's how many neutrons I'm going to have. I'm going to have 12 neutrons. So if this was the Bohr model that I'm assigned to, let me show you how you guys are going to do your model today. I know that I need to draw 3 energy levels. So I'll do one here. And hopefully you'll take more time than I'm taking because I'm just trying to do this quick to show you. I want yours to look way better than mine. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and mark where I'm going to put my electrons on here. Electrons are small. And I'll show you that here in a second. But remember, this inside can only hold 2. Then I have to go to the next one. But I need 11 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The inside is going to have protons and neutrons. And I have 11 protons and 12 neutrons. Okay, so with your supplies, you're going to make sure that your energy levels are dark, and you go over them with a darker color if you want. You're going to have some supplies, small pom-poms for electrons, and you're going to have larger pom-poms for protons and neutrons. Okay, then you're going to glue them where they go. Okay, so I happen to have a bigger atom than you guys are probably going to have. So just make sure if you have a lot of protons and neutrons to leave some extra space in here, and you can do your energy levels out further out if you need to. Okay, so because for me, all of my guys aren't going to fit in here. So I should have drawn my energy levels a little bit different. I should have drawn them a little further out so I could fit all these guys in there. Okay, and then electrons are way smaller than protons and neutrons. So you need to make sure that your electrons are smaller. They're the smaller size. That's why we got different sizes. Okay. And once you have them all glued in and everything's nice and perfect, you're going to put your name on it, and you're going to put the symbol and the element name of what you have here. So my symbol for sodium is Na. Then I'll write sodium. Okay, and then you're done. So we're going to take 2 days to do this. We're going to start today, and if you don't finish today, that's okay. You're going to have the Tuesday when we get back from the 3-day weekend. You'll have, today is Friday, and then we'll have a 3-day weekend, and then when we come back on Tuesday, you'll get to finish this up and take it home. Then you can show it off. Okay? Have fun, guys. Do not make a mess, please.